Hi everyone, Cheryl here. I hope you're doing well. I've recently had a request to put on video a demonstration of how I get into the arm balances. I was a little reluctant at first because I didn't want it to appear intimidating to some. Because at first glance, they look hard to do. But if we learn how to distribute our body weight the correct way, anybody can do them. So I finally decided, yes, I will put it on videotape. Okay, so I'm going to start with a quick warm-up. Okay, I do add some ab work along with the balancing work. So you are going to need either a medicine ball, a playground ball, or a yoga block. Good old faithful yoga block. Okay, we're going to warm up with just a couple of basic sun salutations, just a few, and then I'm going to go right into the routine. Okay, just a precaution, anyone with bad knees, you have to practice a lot of caution. Okay, although some of the postures will actually help your knees, don't force. If something feels uncomfortable, then don't do it. Okay, so per your request, arm balances, coming up to the front of the mat. Okay, we're going to start in mountain pose. Just a couple of sun salutes just to warm up the body. Inhale, reach up. Deep breath in, and these are going to move quick. Exhale, forward bend. You can do as many as you need to do, okay? Inhale, lift the chest. We're going to go right back to jumping to plank position. Lower halfway down to the floor. Inhale, you're pointing the feet. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Fanning out the hands and toes. Hold for a tap, just a bit. Take a deep breath in, bend the knees and hop the feet up to the front. Straighten the legs, look up, inhale, exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lift your hands up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring the hands back to the heart. We're going to do that same thing again. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward bend. Reaching down to the floor. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, stepping or jumping back. Lowering halfway to the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hip width apart. Press the heels back and try to push your chest away from your wrists. Bend the knees and hop the feet to the front. Straighten the leg as you look up, inhale, exhale, forward bend. Inhale, hands to ceiling. And exhale, hands to heart. This time we're adding chair pose. Inhale, bend the knees, hands come up to the ceiling. Exhale, straighten your legs and reach your fingertips down to the floor. Inhale, lift the head up. Exhale, plant the palms, bend the knees, and jump the feet back. Lower halfway to the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Inhale. Place your right foot between each hand. Turn the back, heel in. Inhale, warrior facing one. Exhale, place your hands back down on the floor and step your right foot back. Lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take your left foot, place it between each hand. Turn your back heel in. Inhale, hands come up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. And step your left foot back. Lower down. So you'll notice I'm saying breathe in, inhale, and exhale. Each move has a different breathing pattern to it as well. I'll do a video on breathing one of these days. Bend your knees, jump your feet up. Lift the head, inhale, and exhale, forward bend. Okay, so the arms are going to come up. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is step the feet out. Let me turn this way. About hip width. We're going to squat. Okay, so if you come up on your toes, that's fine. If you turn your feet out a little bit, that's fine. The whole idea about this exercise is getting a little bit of a crunch into the abs. Hands into behind the head. We're going to fan our elbows out to the side. Okay, try to stay lifted up through the torso and the head. Extend the arms out. Place the hands back behind the head. Elbows touch together and just crunch in. And again, pull the chest up. Open the elbows wide. Open up the arms. Hands behind the head. Elbows come together and crunch. And again, elbows up. Arms go out wide. Right? Taking the hands back behind the head, elbows touch, and crunch the elbows into the abs. A couple more. Inhale, lift. Okay, open up. Stretch the hands out to the side. Hands go back behind the head. And again, crunch. And one more, elbows come up. Okay, I like to do this exercise before I do the crane, which is the first arm balance I'm going to do. Okay, so this just kind of gets the body prepared. So we're already in the position. Just going to lift the glutes up about knee height. I'll show you sideways. Okay, so the feet are hip width. Okay, we're going to take our knees right into our triceps. Okay, so my arms are bent in a right angle, and my knees are resting on my tricep bones. Okay, the crane pose, basically you're balancing your knees on the back of your arms, lifting the feet up behind you. Okay, so that's the posture. But when you're first learning, you're going to lift one foot up at a time. Okay, so we lock the knees, take the hands about shoulder width apart in front of us, at the front of our mat. I like to use the edge of my mat as a pillow for my wrists. Knees lock into the back of the arms. The arms are bent slightly, and you're kind of locking the knees into the back of the arms, and you lift one foot up. Now you'll feel your knee bone pressing into your tricep bone, which is fine. And just hold, place the left foot down, and take the right foot up. Okay, you'll notice my knees did not lose contact with the back of my arms. Eventually, in time, both feet come up. Okay, and you kick your heels up. Great wrist strengthener and arm strengthener. Toes come down. Okay, having a seat. Sitting on the sit bones. The side crow. Like to take a block behind my back. I'm sitting on my sit bones. Knees are bent. Gonna turn to the left, take a hold of the block, and just bring it around my back. Now what this is doing is teaching me how to do the spinal twist that's needed to get into the crane pose. Side crane rather. So you can see putting the block behind me, turning to the left, picking the block up, and bringing it around to the right. Okay. There is a method behind my madness. Don't expect yourself to do the posture the first time you try. I've seen people do it the first time they've tried. Okay, so we all have different levels and whatnot. Yoga's really not about competition. Okay? It's about endurance, gaining strength. It's not just about flexibility. A lot of it is about strength. Do a couple more of those. Okay. Now I'm going to leave the block over to the side there and turn to my left. And I'm going to take my right elbow and tricep and place it against my outer left thigh. And put my right hand on the mat. And put my left hand about a foot away, parallel to the right hand. Okay? You can see I'm still squeezing my knees and feet together, but I want to pick my glutes up off the floor. So it's like sitting in a chair sideways. Okay? My legs are in the shape of sitting in a chair sideways. I'm only balancing one thigh on one elbow here. Okay? The other elbow is out here over to the left. I'm going to bend both elbows evenly, tilt the head up a little bit, and see if I can just pick my feet up to the side. Okay? Now, first time I did this, I didn't pick them up. 20th time, I think I picked them up and put them back down really quick. So you do it a couple times, you do it a couple weeks, and eventually you pick the feet up to the side. So I'll show you on the other side. The block, first we'll do that little spinal twist, just to warm up. Block behind, turning to the left, and bringing it over to the right. And this is also good for toning the waistline. Do this with a medicine ball and get a really good ab workout. And yes, you can bring your medicine ball right into your yoga practice. There are no rules in yoga. Really. There should be no rules to our workout except that we should play it safe and have fun and enjoy the journey. All right. let me demonstrate. I'll turn this way. It's going to be the opposite side. His knees are still bent. Now the left tricep against the right femur bone. Left hand down, right hand is about a foot from it. Okay, and I'm going to press into my wrists. Again, you can see I'm using the edge of my mat as like a pad for my wrists. Legs are sideways like a chair, okay, like a sideways chair. And bend, taking a slight bend to the elbows and trying to just pick the feet up to the side. Okay, trying to keep the shoulders square as best as possible. And again, like I said, they may not go up the first time, or the 20th time. But just enjoy the journey getting there. All right, and then the last balance I was asked to show was the sage balance. So sage balance, you're going to come up to the front of your mat, or just really stand anywhere. Starting off in a standing half lotus, turn this way, balancing on the left leg. We're just going to take our right heel right into the groin bone, like right underneath the belly button, and push the right knee down towards the floor. Okay, and trying to push the energy of the right knee into the mat. I'm going to take my right hand behind me and just take it around my left bicep there. And just hold it a little bit. Just enjoying that. This opens up the hip flexors. Okay. So, go with that. Now I'm taking this right foot and then just crossing it right above my left knee. You can see there's a little nook here in the top of my foot. I'm going to put my tricep just above the lower part of my tricep bone into the crook of that foot. Okay, and place my left hand down. Now my right elbow is going, or right tricep is going right into the, just a little bit below the right knee bone. Okay, and here, let me go this way here. Okay. Hands come down. Okay, and I'm squatting. Okay, this right foot is going to stay wrapped around the left arm. This left leg goes back. Now at first, this was the hardest thing to do, to extend the leg without disconnecting the right foot. But with practice, it can be done. Okay, and then just leaning forward, okay, trying to keep the neck and head centered, eyes straight ahead. Eventually in time, you balance the back leg up. Okay. So that's how I warm up for that, the sage balance. Okay? Quickly we'll try the other side. Don't get intimidated by that. Some of you had asked for that, and that's how I get into it. Okay? If you're new to yoga and you're daring, try it, but don't feel intimidated if you don't get it or if it feels really uncomfortable. Okay? So other side very, very quickly. Let's see, left side. Okay, so we want to do the half lotus, standing half lotus. On the left side, if you have bad knees, just be very mindful of what you're feeling. Okay, and then just to kind of hold it together, left arm folds behind the back, hold on to the bicep rather. Just kind of let the left hip flexor open up there. Now I'm holding for a short time. You can hold this for as long as you want. Okay? Foot comes down just above the knee. Okay? You have the tricep and the hook of that foot there, and the other tricep of the left arm just underneath the left knee. I'll turn to the side for you again. Hands come down about shoulder width apart, slight bend to the elbows. Head is centered. Okay, and trying to disconnect that right leg. So this might take a week, this might take a night, this might take 2 weeks just to get that leg to extend, but eventually in time, you'll be able to balance that half lotus on your triceps, okay, and lift your right leg up. I'm trying to keep a shadow on the arm, okay. Very good strengthening posture. Okay. All right, and then of course, after any practice like that, you want to invert and stretch out your wrists a little bit. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Have fun with it. Don't force it. Namaste.